Hey everyone, welcome back to Future is Coded. In this episode, we will talk about how to use Stable Diffusion Web UI and the future of this tech. Before we get started, let's have a recap of previous podcasts. In the previous podcast episode, our discussion covered Stable Diffusion and how to run Stable Diffusion through online platforms like Dream Studio and Hugging Face, or via local installation by setting up Python, Git, and the Stable Diffusion Web UI. If you haven't watched the previous video, you can watch by clicking this link or use our playlist to watch all of our podcasts. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. It really helps the channel. Let's get started.
Last time we talked about what Stable Diffusion is and the different ways to access it either online or locally.
Right.
And now I'm kind of itching to see this thing in action.
Okay, then let's fire up that Hugging Face demo page and take it for a spin.
Sounds good.
Remember, this is a fantastic way to experience Stable Diffusion without any downloads or installations.
Okay, so I've got the Hugging Face demo page up on my screen.
Great.
It looks pretty straightforward.
It is.
There's a text box where I can type and a button that says generate.
Yeah.
Is it really that simple?
It really is that simple.
Wow.
That text box is where the magic happens.
Okay.
It's called the prompt box.
Prompt box.
And that's where you type in the description of the image you want Stable Diffusion to create.
So if I wanted a picture of, let's say, a dog riding a skateboard on the moon, I'd just type that in.
Exactly.
Wow.
Be as specific or as abstract as you like.
Oh.
You can describe entire scenes, characters, moods, or even just throw in a few keywords.
Okay.
Stable Diffusion will do its best to interpret your prompt and generate a corresponding image.
That's incredible. So, okay, I've typed in my prompt. What happens next?
So below the prompt box, you'll find a few settings that you can adjust.
Okay.
These aren't essential for a first-time user,
but
they do allow you to fine-tune the image generation process. You can control things like the number of images generated, the image size, and the level of detail.
So it's like having a set of dials and knobs
to
customize my AI art creation.
Precisely.
I like it.
So once you've entered your prompt and adjusted the settings to your liking, you simply hit that generate button.
Okay.
The model will then process your input and in a matter of seconds or minutes, present you with your generated image.
I'm clicking generate now.
Okay.
And wow, it's actually working.
Awesome.
It's like watching digital magic unfold right in front of me.
Right.
There's my skateboarding dog right there on the moon.
Perfect.
This is mind-blowing. Okay, so for those who want more control and customization, we're going to take things up a notch and dive into the world of running Stable Diffusion locally using the automatic 1111 web UI.
Let's do it.
Sounds exciting, but also a bit intimidating.
It's not as bad as it sounds.
Okay.
Can you walk us through it?
Absolutely. So remember in the first part, we talked about setting up Stable Diffusion locally by installing Python, Git,
and creating accounts on GitHub and Hugging Face.
And we downloaded that special UI code from GitHub, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Once you have all of that set up, you simply launch the automatic 111 web UI, usually by running a specific file on your computer.
Got it.
It will then open up in your web browser just like any other website.
Okay, so I've got the UI up and running.
Great.
It looks a bit more complex than that Hugging Face demo page.
Don't worry, we'll break it down step by step.
Okay.
The automatic 1111 web UI is designed to give you much more control over the image generation process.
Gotcha.
Think of it as a professional art studio compared to a simple paint by numbers set.
Okay, I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
So what are some of the key features that set it apart?
Well, one of the first things you'll notice is a section labeled text to image.
Okay.
And that's where you'll spend most of your time.
So just like on the Hugging Face demo,
I
type in my text prompt here.
That's right. You have your prompt box. And just like before, you can be as descriptive or as abstract as you like.
Okay, but you mentioned more control.
Yes.
So what else can we do here?
Well, this is where things get interesting.
Oh.
You'll see a whole array of settings that allow you to fine-tune every aspect of the image generation process.
Okay, I'm seeing things like sampling method, sampling steps, CFG scale.
Right.
What do all of these mean?
These settings might seem a bit technical at first glance, but they're essentially tools that allow you to guide Stable Diffusion and shape the final image.
Got it.
Let's start with sampling method.
Sampling method, okay.
What exactly is being sampled here?
Good question.
So think of it this way. When Stable Diffusion creates an image, it's exploring a vast landscape of possibilities, trying to find the one that best matches your text prompt.
Right.
Sampling methods are algorithms that determine how the AI navigates this landscape.
So different methods will lead to different results.
Right.
Even with the same prompt.
Exactly.
Interesting.
Some methods are faster, some are slower, some are better at generating realistic images, while others excel at creating more abstract or stylized results.
Okay.
It's all about experimentation.
All right, I'm starting to see why running Stable Diffusion locally offers so much more control.
Yeah.
Okay, what about sampling steps?
Well, this one is pretty straightforward.
Right.
It determines how many steps the AI takes to refine the image from its initial noisy state to the final result.
So more steps means a more polished image?
Generally, yes.
Okay.
More steps allow the AI to spend more time refining details.
Makes sense.
But it also means that the generation process will take longer.
So it's a balance between quality and speed.
Precisely.
Okay.
And then you have this CFG scale.
CFG scale.
Which stands for classifier-free guidance.
That sounds pretty technical.
It is.
What's the simplest way to understand it?
Think of the CFG scale as a way to control how closely Stable Diffusion sticks to your text prompt.
Okay.
A higher CFG scale means the AI will prioritize your words very closely, resulting in images that are more literal interpretations of your prompt.
So if I wanted a photorealistic picture of a cat in a hat,
right,
a higher CFG scale would be the way to go.
That's right.
Okay.
But sometimes lowering the CFG scale can lead to more unexpected and creative results.
Interesting.
It gives the AI more freedom to interpret your prompt and add its own artistic flair.
I see. I'm starting to get the hang of this.
Good.
But there's still so many other settings and options here.
Don't worry, we'll cover more of those in the next part.
Okay.
For now, just remember that the automatic 1111 web UI is your playground.
My playground.
Experiment with different settings.
Okay.
See what happens. And don't be afraid to get creative.